Hello folks, and it's JDporkchop again. Welcome to another episode of Rotarycraft Infinity. We're on episode 11 now. In between last episode and this, quite a bit of time has gone by actually, in all honesty, so I'm going to have to get resituated. But I did a lot of mining. We were running out of a lot of stuff, so I've done a heap of mining, so we've got tons and tons of stuff in there. That's got plenty. I want to do some last finishing up with the logistic pipes. Just basically hook these chests up, and then we'll probably wrap up the logistic pipes and move on to something else for a little bit. So I'm going to get all the bits ready to do that, and I will be back in a second. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is open our little trapdoor, head downstairs. I ran a pipe from here, which is above the grinder, and this comes up and just runs through, round underneath where the chests are. So we'll head down this way. So chests should be those three there, and then I need this one over here as well. And then we take our chassis pipe, and I've grabbed the wrong ones. Quickly jump up and get them. Where do I keep my chassis pipes? In here. Okay. Need the Mark IIs. Just jump back downstairs. Whoa, lag spike. It was weird. Right, so we're going to connect these three chassis pipes up to here, and one to this one over here. The reason for this one over here is this has my Thermcraft stuff in it. Now, when we get some automated mining going, obviously it's going to dig these out and it's going to want somewhere to put them. So it's going to put those in there, and then the ingots, dust, and coal chest are over there. So we will just then take the unrouteds. I mean, most of this I've done before, so you kind of know what you're doing already with this. But I'm just going to try and finish it off as quick as possible. And where are we connecting it? So we're going to connect it here. So we need a basic. Do we need a basic here? Do you know what? I'll just put a basic here, so it just makes everything simpler. So that's a basic. And then the unrouted, which is there, can go here. That's everything connected. And this should be, I don't know why it's red. Makes me a bit, but it should be connected to the system now. And then we're going to take polymorphic item sync cards, which is these ones, made like so. These cards will basically look what's inside the chest already, and then route anything that, do I have my spanner? I do. Anything that it doesn't know where to put something, it'll just route it. No, hold on. If there's something in the chest, like let's say an iron ingot, and the system doesn't have anywhere else to route it, this will say, right, well, iron ingot's going here, so put it in here. So I think item sync modules will be like the first protocol, and then this is after. But obviously we don't have item syncs putting ingots or coal or Thermcraft stuff anywhere, so it will go there. So then we hit this one, another item sync in there. They don't need setup or anything, you just need to drop them in. This one, and another item sync in here. Then we'll go over here, this one. So now, whenever this system wants to put stuff into these chests, like when the ingots are cooked off or anything, then that's that done. Okay, so perfect. Right, we're also going to go and have a look at something I built downstairs in the last episode. So I will jump down here, and I will meet you in the, what do you call it room? Workshop room. Alright guys, this is what I built down here. The pipe for there just comes across and drops down at this, and this is set so that all, turn the chest. Get that. So this is going to be set so that all these ores drop down into this chest, which obviously then filters down into the hopper, which goes through the grinder. So it's grinding down into flakes. Then it's dropping them down into, that is a lot of lead, and then down into the furnace. So it's basically this on top of this. So that's why I didn't really show it on camera, because it was basically just this redone on top of one another. So this is now our ore doubling, or ore tripling facility. Fixed. I don't know why it's not pulling stuff out. Oh, it's because it's not on. And then I've hooked up at the back here, fuel stuff again. Now this system still has a couple of kinks in it. One of the problems is I'm making so much saplings that it keeps clogging this chest up. That's one of the problems. So what I'm probably going to do is fit a void thing onto that and start killing them. The other thing that keeps clogging up the system is these the husks from from this. Like this is making lubricant, which is now overflowing. So that's fun. So basically, there's a lot of kinks in the system. So I'm gonna hook up a chest for because this one isn't connected to anything. Hook up a chest for the husks, the seed husks, and just void them, because there's not really much you can do with them. You can put them through a centrifuge to get more lubricant, but we've got way more lubricant than we need. I'm just going to change this barrel out, put a new barrel in, probably actually connect 2 or 3, just put like 1, 2, 3 all along here. We're not really using any lubricant at the moment, so that's why it's probably getting clogged up. We really should try and get some more sugar. How are we doing for fuel? It's tons of fuel. Yeah, and the other major problem is I set this so that it would put fuel into the bottom. That doesn't work. It needs to go into the top or the side, or probably the top. But there is a module that I can fit that will do it. But what I'll probably do is just have another pipe drop down here into this. I'll probably stick a chest on top as a buffer, and just have it the same as these two. So it's probably going to be another pipe just connected where this pipe is, dropping down, and start cooking the fuel automatic. Because at the moment I have to literally take it out of there and stick it in that, because it doesn't work properly. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do all that off camera, and that's all we're going to do with logistic pipes for today, I think. We're going to move on to some other things, because we've done this now kind of over 2 or 3 episodes. So I think it's time for a new project. So I'm going to fix all this stuff off camera, and then I'll be back, guys. Alright guys, all that stuff I said I've gone and finished off. I just wanted to quickly show you. In here, I've upgraded this to diamond. Do you see down here? That is ingots being cooked and automatically being put into here. So now we need to do the first part of that chain, which is the automated mining. And then it goes, we can have a machine that digs up the ore, goes into the refinery downstairs, and is being put into the chest. So I think at first I thought about doing buildcraft quarries, but that's it's been done a million times. We're not really at a stage where we can do the Rotarycraft tunnel bores, the mining things, which will be an end goal, and especially when we have the fusion reactor running. Like, the fusion reactor makes so much power, you need to have like this boring machine running to use up all that power, because it's really the only thing that I can think of that's going to use anywhere near the kind of power that is being generated. So I think for now we're going to aim towards the immersive engineering. Where is it? The excavator. So this, you can't really see it. It doesn't show you it once you've actually built it, but it's basically like one of those huge big spinning cutting discs that you see in the huge big open pit quarries. So we're going to build one of those. There's quite a lot of steps to get there, but we'll just work through it. The first one is steel. We don't have any, so we're going to need to have to build a blast furnace. We will just show you quickly, if I can remember where it is. So that's the improved one, but I don't think we're quite at that yet. No, we could do. Creating steel does not allow automation. Does. Yeah, I think that's what we'll aim for. So we need to make a load of metal plates, steel plates. Oh no, see, we don't even have steel yet. So you have to like make the basic one and then make enough steel to make the advanced one. So we can't do that. Where is right? Crude blast furnace. Here we go. So we're going to need to build this. Nether brick I've got plenty of. Brick I've got plenty of. Blaze powder. We're going to cheat. Well, I say cheat. We're going to. There's a way of making blaze powder, so you don't have to go and kill blazes. Because I don't like killing blazes, because they're really scary. So the way we can make, and I have it all sitting here ready to go. The way we can make blaze powder is through thermal expansion. And seeing as we already have most of the machines, we should just finish off the set with magma crystal and fluid transporter. So I'll just show you those again quickly. You know how to make all of these parts. These are Invar gears. This is redstone coil. You know everything here you've seen before. Same with this. All of this you've seen before. So I'm just going to craft them. There we go. That's the magma crucible. That's the fluid transport. Okie dokie. And then we will just set these down. So basically this one melts stuff. It'll melt redstone, glowstone, all sorts of different things. And this puts liquid into things. So right now what we need is to melt down a load of redstone. And we need a stack of glowstone as well. So we'll start melting. And it turns it into liquefied or destabilized redstone. Basically liquid redstone. And with this you can make some of the more advanced energy cells. So there you go, the liquid redstone being put with the fluid transporter into the energy fuel cell. But that's not what we're going to be using it for right now. We probably will make one of those at some point though. What we're going to be making it with is, if we put glowstone in here, it'll start mixing the glowstone and the redstone together, and the final product is blaze powder. So I'm just going to leave that run for a little while. Throw some more redstone in there. And while it's doing that, I'll go over here and we will grab some netherrack. Netherrack, as you probably know, if you cook it, turns into nether brick. So we'll cook off a load of that. Is that working? Yep. And then finally, we'll grab some of these. So I'll wait a little while for some of this blaze powder to get cooked up, and we'll come back in a second, guys. Okay? Okay, and now we have all the bits we need. I just quickly do this, and that's it. All done. We will take these downstairs and go get them fitted in. Show you some of the work I've been doing on these corridors and stuff. And then this is where the lift will be. We're going to use, I think it's extra utilities. Uses the teleport blocks. So I'll get those fitted in hopefully soon. I keep saying hopefully soon and then I don't do it. So I'm going to make a point of actually getting it done. Same with the doors. The problem, one of the reasons I've taken so long getting the doors done, I'm wasting all of this. I really should put some sort of the hopper to suck all that experience up. Yeah, one of the reasons I haven't sorted the door out yet is I haven't quite figured out how to get it to work the way I want it. Anyway, yeah, so I fitted in that pipe as I said, so that's all running now. It's cooking up the sludge. And yeah, so it's going well. I've started putting the canola seeds into a barrel set it into here, so I have more canola than I will ever need. Well, for right now anyway. Change these barrels out. So, this is why we're here. So, I think we'll put it into the back wall, maybe? And like so. Oh, that's the water mill. Wow. Didn't realise it was that close. Right, with this one, it's basically just 9 by 9 by 3. No, 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, which will be a block of 9. Not to be confused with the Railcraft ones, which are hollow and also 1 block taller. So it's a bit like a coke oven, but without the hollow bit. So like so, and then you just hit it with a hammer, which I'm sure I have in my bag. I'll be very annoyed if I don't. There we go. And that's it. Now, this cannot be automated in any way, as we saw. It needs to be done by hand, so we're going to have to keep coming down here and putting in more steel and more fuel. But that is us making steel now. So it's going to take a while. That's going to take, we've got to wait until all these are cooked off. And I think by the looks of it, it's going to take ages. So for now, we'll just work on something else while we wait for all that steel. And I will be back in just 2 minutes. So what's better than 1 blast furnace? 2 blast furnace. Hopefully this will, well, definitely will double our steel output, so we'll get there that bit quicker. Need a hammer, and we'll just set this up. And then, so there we go. That one's already cracking along. There we go. Now, over here, I went and fetched the coke oven from our old house, emptied it out, and have moved it over here. Now, the whole idea of this logistics system is that you can just keep adding to it. Am I going to have to break that cable? Nah, it's okay. Just stick it here. So that things will slowly but surely keep getting added to the system, making it better and better. So what we're going to do, stick a basic in there, this in here, Mark II there, and then we will put a active, where did I put them? Put them in my bag, I think. Yep. We'll put an active supplier thing in here and tell it to, if I can actually do it properly, there we go, tell it to keep wood supplied in there. Now wood doesn't give you as much creosote oil as putting coal in does, but it will give you some, so I can now have a constant supply of creosote oil going into here, which does get used for a lot of things. You can burn it, you can use it for making stuff in Railcraft and in immersive engineering. Immersive engineering has its own way of making this. I think it's pretty much the same thing. It's a coke oven, it's just slightly different, but they both do the same thing. So I'll go and set the wooden barrel up just to make sure it knows what it's doing. Is it this one? Yep. So just the same as we've done 1,000 times, we will put the provider module in there. Is the provider module? Yeah, it is. I get confused. So is that doing what it's supposed to do? Yes! Now, I can also, hopefully then, put a extractor thing in there. Which means when this turns to charcoal, is it going to take it out? Yes! Perfect. Okay, so I'll go set a crate up for that. Put it there. Go around the back. Open this up and put an item sink. Put this in. There we go. This should be in here. What on earth? Uranium? Obviously some stuff that shouldn't have got in there got in amongst it, but there you go. How much? We've almost chewed everything down. I haven't actually set this yet to automatically request fuel, just because I kind of turn it on and off, so I don't want it running continuously. But we're not exactly short of fuel, that's for sure. 40 stacks of the stuff. How's that doing? Cool. Right, on to the next project. I'll hook up a barrel so that this all gets sucked out, but we're now making creosote oil, just automatically. I'm going to grab some of this because we might have enough to get at least the basics done, and I will meet you back upstairs, okay? Alright guys, the next thing that I want to work on is the core sample drill. Now, this thing is basically, it'll dig into the earth, take a little sample of what's in the earth, and tell me whether it's a good place to put the excavator. And the excavator doesn't work like the Minecraft quarry, where it digs the actual blocks. What it does is basically just magic the ore out of the ground. If you read the book, it actually says that it collects deposits that are too small for where did I put the book? Too small for you to actually mine out. So it's basically digging like the tiny little bits out. And the way it gets around doing that is, I think there's like a depletion, like you put it into a chunk and that chunk will eventually run out. I'm not entirely sure. But where is it? Sorry, I was fixing my headset. Yeah, inaccessible by normal mining. So basically, if you've ever used the Mine Factory laser drill thing, it looks a little bit like that. So there's lots of different veins. There's one that's like pure iron, there's one that's lead and tin, there's one that's, I'm sure it has it here somewhere. So we need to find out what the ore that we're going to put our chunk in has, so that we can, where is it? It must be here somewhere. I should probably have kind of done a little bit of research before I started recording this, but you know, it makes it more interesting when I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, and you haven't got a clue what I'm doing either. Simple machines, heavy machinery. Heavy machinery, maybe? Nope. Integration. Well, just take my word for it. I'll find it. I'll tell you what, I'll find it off camera in a minute once we've finished building this. So this machine basically finds the veins, or what the chunk has in it. So we need to make some of these. Okay, so steel rods. I have a little bit of steel. I don't know if we have enough to get there, but the machine downstairs is pumping it out at a fair rate. So we'll grab some of these. And this was in. So that's plenty of them. Then what was next? So it needs to be steel along the top. We need 1, 2, 3. Steel along the top. That gets us 6. That's plenty of those. And then we need 2 more. 1 more of those. And okay, so we need some copper. I'll grab some more iron while we're here as well, just so I know I've got plenty. So where were we? We need this. So we'll make a bunch of these. So I'm sure we're gonna use plenty of them. I'll grab some more iron and tin, copper even. So I know I've got plenty. And then this, that, yeah. So we got plenty of that. So that's the machine done. Just needs. Oh, I've got plenty of. That should be it then. Yeah, I think. Well, hey. Alright, next thing's next. We need to take some energy with us with this. Where is thermal? I've got some spare energy cells in here. Oh look, a fully charged one. Perfect. So we'll go outside, and I need to have a quick think as to where I actually want to put this machine. And see. I don't know. Like, obviously... Like, I could put it here, and like have it digging. I don't know. I don't want it particularly close to the base. It doesn't really make like a big hole or anything, like the quarry does. Like the quarry is ugly. It's a horrible thing to have. That's why you always put it in another dimension if you can. Oh, something's gone wrong here. Anyway, I'll look at that later. Let's have a look down this way. It's a good place to put it. This is all still working fine. Like, I guess I could put it in here and it look like it's like digging into the rock face, the cliff face. Then there's sort of the house there. And I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna have a little look around and see what I can find and work out something. But before I do that, I will quickly show you how this actually works. So you put it down on the ground, and then I think these little nodules here is where you connect the power. So we can just stick one here. Yeah, there we go. You see the drill kind of running. And if you look in the bottom left, 40%. So that's the drill all the way in. That's just coming back out. Come on. It takes forever. No minerals found. So, yeah, I'm going to bounce around a bit and find some minerals, find something good, and I'll get back to you in a second, guys, okay? Alright, guys, so it turns out these veins are really not that common, which I suppose makes sense. But I've gone round, I've almost used up this energy cell going from chunk to chunk. A little tip, if you didn't know, if you press F9, you get these red markers that give you the outline of your chunks. Just makes things like this where you're going from chunk to chunk easier. So I have found a nickel vein, which wasn't quite what I was hoping for. And I've looked it up in the book, just so you know. It's in overview. Well, hold on, I got the front. So I go to overview, and then mineral deposits, and it will give you a list of all the different deposits. So, I mean, that one would be pretty cool. You get diamonds, coal. The one I really wanted was the iron one. This one. Because I obviously am going to use a lot of iron in the mods I'm using, and I've got tons of lead and tin and everything else, so I'm not really as bothered about those. The lead one, see, that one is a little bit useless, I think. That one would be a really good one. That one is the one we've just found. That one maybe. Sulfur, nether quartz. Any dimension, so you can find quartz in the overworld. It's a good thing to know. Silver, uranium. I mean, later on when we have a, we're starting to do nuclear stuff, that would be very handy. So anyway, I'll just show you this. So we have nickel vein, and the vein has 100% integrity. So as I said before, when you start mining with the machine, it will slowly run that integrity down to the point where you're not going to be making any or very low amount of ore out of it. So I'm going to probably hit J and put a marker here, if I can remember how. There we go. New, and just put nickel vein. Random. I'll turn it off for now because I don't actually need to see it. I just need to mark where things are. Okay. So now I can come back to this later. I'm going to keep looking around I'm going to go and refill my energy cell and probably take a few more with me and keep going round and find some maybe slightly better veins. Just give you an idea of where we are. The base is over there. So I will probably wrap this up here, guys, and then over the gap between this episode and next, I'm going to find where I want to build this mining machine. Get plenty more steel made so we have enough of that to actually build the machine, and just do some bits around the house, finish off some bits here and there so that we're ready to move on with this new project. I hope you're enjoying it so far, and I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe, and maybe some comments if you want to give some tips and pointers or things that you'd like to see me work on in the future. And I'll leave it here, guys. I've been JDporkchop, and this has been Rotarycraft Infinity.